Many times in my career, I've been asked about the price of La-Z-Boy and if it's worth what it costs. I'm here today to show you why there's such a difference between the La-Z-Boy Recliner and anything else out there. And I'm not just going to talk to you about it, I'm going to show you the difference. This chair over here to my right, this is a genuine La-Z-Boy recliner. This chair to my left is not. This is a competitor's chair. These two chairs cost almost the same thing if you go to the retailer and do your research. So the thought that La-Z-Boy is too expensive, I would ask you, what are you comparing it to? Let's talk about the differences and why La-Z-Boy is worth the money. First thing, La-Z-Boy comes with a unibody frame construction. Now what that actually means is each side of your chair, all four sides, have framing, have structural integrity. Now the difference and what you compare that to is every other recliner only has a three-sided frame, the side, the back, and the side. One of the differences of a genuine La-Z-Boy recliner is the fact that it has a four-sided frame. Now what you see here is a genuine La-Z-Boy. It has framing in the back, framing on the side, and then the one place that the competitors don't, right here in the top. So what this four-sided frame gives us is the strongest frame in the industry. What I'm showing here is a competitor's chair, and the framing has three sides. One here, one on the opposite side, and one on the bottom. And compared to the La-Z-Boy I just showed you with four-sided, there's nothing right here to support the weight whenever you're getting up, sitting down. So if you can imagine over time, these sides just start wobbling and coming loose. What's the result of that and why is that important? Well, let's just put it this way. Whenever I get up out of a chair, I don't just use my knees. I don't just use my legs. We push up out of a chair. And whenever guys especially, we sit down, we have a tendency to flop. And that's just the reality of the way we live. And so the structural integrity of a chair having four sides versus three allows La-Z-Boy to say we have the strongest frame in the industry. So the second thing that's different about a La-Z-Boy that you can't find on any other chair out there is the fact that you can recline the back while the footrest is down. There's no other recliner out there that can do that. And you may ask yourself, why is that important? Or how would I use that? So the benefit is that while I'm sitting in my recliner at home and rocking, I can also recline back, get to a slouched position, so I can actually rock while I'm at a slouched position watching TV. The other option is nothing at all. It does not go back. The back is completely tied into the footrest. For the back to go back, the footrest has to come out. So for me at my home, whenever I'm using my recliner, I'll sit in it. I like to still rock, and I like to go just a slightly slouched position. It's very comfortable. You should try it. But you can't find that anywhere else. A third reason why the La-Z-Boy is worth every dollar we ask is the fact that it has a locking footrest. Any other recliner on the market has a spring-loaded footrest. And that means with enough pressure, it just flops right on down. The La-Z-Boy, on the other hand, the whole chair is going to come up. It's literally locked. The only way to release this mechanism over here on my right is with the handle. And so when my 3-year-old son or my 5-year-old daughter wants to crawl into daddy's chair with him and watch a movie, drink their milk, or if you have a puppy dog at home that likes to jump up into your lap, I know that that footrest is going to stay where it is. It's not going to collapse on them while they're getting up there. And it's also not going to collapse on me if I'm just sitting there comfortably. With the competition, over time, what can happen is with any spring, it starts to wear out. And so naturally, it just starts to fall easier and easier and easier. Well, not with a La-Z-Boy. Last point I want to make is just simple comfort. And people say you get what you pay for. I don't know if it's relative here because these cost about the same, but you definitely have more quality. The arm right here, if you've had a recliner in the past and it wasn't a La-Z-Boy, chances are you had your elbow right on top of wood. And the reason being is our competitor. Basically, you've got a cotton fill. It's a fibrous fill. And with use, all of this just pushes over to the side. Now with the La-Z-Boy, you've actually got a laser cut, solid piece of foam that's cut to shape. So this was actually cut to this shape. It's one piece of foam. Your elbows are always gonna have foam to sit on. You're just gonna have that long-lasting comfort that La-Z-Boy is known for. So having done this for almost 14 years, I couldn't count the number of clients that have come in and told me they're back to buy their La-Z-Boy because they can't find a recliner this good anywhere else, and they're replacing their La-Z-Boy after 15 plus years. If you can get that kind of use out of your recliner, I'd say you've got a good product. I know we do here. If you're asking yourself today, is a La-Z-Boy worth the price? Absolutely. To go back over some of the differences you'll find with a La-Z-Boy recliner versus the competition, you're gonna have a back that's able to recline while your footrest is down, so you can still rock. You can get comfortable. You're gonna have total lumbar support. So from head to toe, you're gonna have support, and it's the only one in the industry that has that. You're gonna have a four-sided frame, which gives you a better structure, the strongest frame in the industry. You're gonna have contour cut foam versus a cotton fill that's gonna give you support for years. Long and short is you're just gonna have a better product. Your footrest isn't gonna flop. You're gonna have comfort, and let's face it, that's why you're looking for a La-Z-Boy.